Hello, beautiful people. It's a girl Gina and it's Gina's signatures. Yeah, today I'll be making this basque gown with a gathers on the M line and this beautiful piece that you can see. I did a tutorial not quite long on something of this nature. Yeah. So if this is what you're interested in, please kind of watch till the end. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and kindly leave beautiful comments. So without wasting further time, let me just get right into the cutting process. So I have my fabric folded. Yeah, I'm going to be this tutorial is going to be the style is going to be in 3 layers: the half length, the middle part, that is the skirt part, and then the gathers part. So I'm going to be dealing with the first part here, which is the half length from the shoulder to the waist. That is what I have here. I'll be cutting both the front and the back simultaneously. And I folded my fabric based on the division of the bust measurement by 4, and then I added 2 inches sewing allowance. And to the back I added 1.5 inches for the zipper. So I'll just be cutting the same at the same time. So I'll be starting from where I placed my fabric right there, the front piece. So dividing my shoulder measurement by 2, whatever that is, you kindly mark it, and then you add half an inch for your sleeve, because we'll be joining a sleeve to this. And then whatever the total of that is, I'll be coming down for my armhole with that same measurement. And so the next thing I'll be doing now is to come down for my shoulder slope. I'll be coming down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and then for the neck width I'll be making use of 3.5 inches. And then I'll be slanting down my shoulder slope to meet the neckline, like so. Sorry if my voice sounds somehow. I'm really not in a good mood, so please kindly just manage anyhow I make the voice over. So for the neck depth for the front, for the back, I beg your pardon, I'll be coming down by 1 inch for that. And then for the front, I'll be making use of 3 inches first, because it's going to be having a slit in the front. So I'll be making use of 3 inches depth for now. I've been quite busy, that's why I've not really posted, because most of the styles I made, I can't do the tutorial again. That's why I just didn't bother posting for some time. Yeah. And so the next thing I'll be marking now is my armhole. Just do the needful, come divide the armhole into 2, then you come in by half an inch, and then you get your bust measurement divided by 4, and then you add sewing allowances. And then I'll be covering out the armhole curve. And then I'll be heading over to my waist measurement. You divide your waist measurement by 4, and then you add 1 inch for that, and then the sewing allowances. I added 2 inches for sewing allowance. And then I'll be connecting from my bust to my waist with my pattern master. Connect like so. And then we're basically through. So let me just make my darts and then cut it out. So for your darts, you just divide your nipple to nipple or your bust span measurement by 2. Whatever that is, you mark it right there. And then you take your darts, because I had already added 1 inch for my dart on the waist area. So I'll just be adding 1 inch. So from that bust, I just ruled that line and then came down by 1 inch, so that it will not be too pointed on the bust. So just mark the bust span measurement right there to draw out the straight line, then take your half inch dart. The reason why I'm making this style again is because that color that I used, some people did not really see it very well. So I decided to make this tutorial because this fabric is something that you can see very well, all the markings and all. So that's why I did this tutorial again. And so that is the dart. Just nudge it, pick it up, and then nudge it so that it will reflect at the back as well. And so now I'm just going to be adding my shoulder allowance so that when I join it, I will not run into problem. So add half an inch to that for your shoulder joining. And then I'm going to be cutting this out. And then I will cutting out the back first. Remember, I'm cutting both front and back together. So I'll be cutting out the backs first. And then I'll go to the neckline. I'll cut out the back neckline first. And then I'll do the shoulder slopes. And then I'll be separating them right now. So this is the back. Let me just deal with this back first before coming back to the front. So for the back, in order to do the dart, you've notched, so the notching is already there. So you just go up like so, and then you take half inch on that waist area, and then you have your dart. I was just trying to show us how to go about that because I only did that for the front piece. So this is how you're just going to be getting your dart for the back. And now, in order to avoid bulginess of the zipper, I'm just going to come here and then I'll mark half an inch. I'll keep marking half an inch. And then I'll be taking my pattern master like that, and then I'll be slanting the half an inch inwards. You can see the way I did it, just to avoid bulginess. And then slant it all the way like so. So I'll just be cutting out that half an inch. Don't worry, it's not going to be affecting the zipper allowance that I placed. No, it's not. All this is just to avoid the zip bulge at the back. And then on the waist area like so, I'll come up by half an inch as well, and then slant it in to meet the darts that I took earlier. Just cut out half an inch like so, slanted in a slanted format, and then perfect. It's just going to be sitting very well on your waist area and all. Yeah, you know, our waist is not straight as well. So that is it for the back. So now let me just come to the front and then adjust the necessary things that needs to be adjusted, like the armhole and then of course the front neckline. And then for that front opening, I'll be coming down by 4 inches. So depending on how deep you want yours, yeah, like the So now I'll just go ahead and then slit it open. And so this is what I have. I later on slitted it more because this was looking too short, so I later slitted it more open. So this is what I'll be making use of, this tape, this how do they call this thing? Suede like tape. Yeah, that's what I'll be using to adorn that front part, and then I equally used it on the sleeves as well. So I just made use of 1 yard of this because they sell it in yards, but if you want to buy it in rolls, you can go ahead and buy it. But I just bought this 1 yard because I know this is what will be enough for what I'm making. So I just got this 1 yard for that. And so we're through with the first part. Then we're going over to the second part, which is like a skirt part. So I intentionally fast forwarded this place because I believe that most people should know how to cut a skirt, and if you don't, I already have enough detailed tutorials on how to go about this, so that is why I didn't want it to waste time. So if you feel you don't understand how to cut this skirt part, please kindly check out my channel. I already have detailed tutorials on how to cut out a basic skirt. So after cutting the skirt, the next thing to do is just to get the V point, and to get that, just go up by your hip area. You can go up as 2 or 3 inches up, and then you slant it down to meet that line like so, and then cut it out, and so you have your V shape. It's as easy like that. So we're done with that, and I've gone ahead to cut out my lining for everything, as you can see. So I'll just go ahead and join everything. So as at this point, I'd gone ahead to join it, so you can see our cloth is almost ready. Even as at this V point here, I still went ahead and reduced it a little bit because I felt like it was still long than what my client really wanted. So I folded it, I adjusted it, and then I now got my gathers. The gathers, depending on the volume of fabric you have, or how wide or how full you want your gathers to be. Like for this one, I made use of 3.5 yards of this fabric, and then I cut out the length that would make up for the length of the gown. I gathered it up and then I joined it to the gown, so you can see this is how it came out to be. So you don't really have a particular amount of measurement to go for your gathers. It's what you want that you do. No matter how full you want it to be, that is how you go out and do it. So this is how I arrived at this, and the only thing left for us here is just to fix the sleeves. So I didn't show us how to cut the sleeves because I just felt like there was no need for that, because I already have enough tutorials on some of the tutorials that I showed you how to cut. It's just to cut a basic sleeve, just to make the length longer, because this of course is a long sleeve. I already have, and it also has a lining in it, so I already have a tutorial on how to turn your sleeves neatly with lining. It's already on the channel as well. So that was what I did, and this is how it came out to be. So if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all, and God bless you.